Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Vijeta, and today we shall be doing some more questions of information and communication technology for NET Paper 1. Let us begin. So, there are two statements, and here I have included both of them, which are correct statements. Sometimes they might ask you if statement 1 is correct or if statement 1 and 2 are interconnected or not. So, let me read. Random access memory is a type of volatile memory used for temporary data storage during program execution. RAM allows for fast access to data but loses its contents when the computer is powered off. So, both of these statements regarding RAM are correct. And actually, RAM indeed provides very fast access to data for temporary storage during program execution, that is, but it is volatile. And volatile means that it loses everything, loses all its contents when the computer is powered off. Okay, so while you are working on something and the computer is switched on, this information is stored. But if for some reason your computer is powered off, you lose all of your data, and that is what being volatile means. And RAM is such kind of a memory. So that is that. Which of the following is an example of primary memory in a computer system? That is random access memory, RAM. RAM actually is a type of memory. It's a type of a primary memory which is used for temporary storage of data that I have already discussed, and also instructions that the CPU needs so that you can access quickly during program execution. All the information and instructions that the CPU needs to access quickly during the execution of a program, that is what RAM is. RAM is that primary memory. So it is temporary, it is volatile, and CPU needs it for quick access, but it gets lost as soon as your system is switched off. Which of the following is an example of secondary memory? Optical disk is one of the examples. See, secondary memory devices like optical disks, hard disk drives, which are HDDs, and solid state drives, which are SSDs, are used for actually long term storage of data and programs. They store data for a long time. That is why they are called secondary memory devices, that is. A nibble is equivalent to half a byte of storage capacity. A nibble consists of 4 bits, while a byte consists of 8 bits. See, a nibble has 4 bits and a byte has 8 bits. So, a nibble is actually half of the size of a byte. And this question can be asked. It's an important question. Simple yet sometimes very tricky. Which of the following statements about cache memory is true? I have included the right statement here, which is that cache memory is slower than primary memory but faster than secondary memory. See, cache memory is a high speed storage unit which is located within or close to the CPU, and it is designed to temporarily store frequently accessed data and instructions for faster access than primary memory but slower than registers. So cache memory is something that is used for that temporary storage, and you can have frequently accessed data gets stored in the cache memory. So sometimes you can see that when you are opening Facebook and your internet is not available yet, on Facebook or even Instagram, some icons or some posts are visible. That is because of the cache memory. Some of the data is already stored. So I mean, not everything will be visible, but 4 or 5 posts will be visible. That is because of the cache memory, because you are frequently accessing that website. So some of the information or instructions, they get stored in your cache memory. In the Android also, and in the computer where the CPU is situated, cache memory is situated near or in the CPU? Which of the following memory units represent the largest storage capacity? That's petabyte. See, the memory units follow the order from smallest to largest. Kilobyte, then you have megabyte, then you have gigabyte, and then you have terabyte. And then from terabyte, you have petabyte or petabyte. See, petabyte represents the largest storage capacity among all of them. So you get KMGTB, TP, KMGTP. So you can make an acronym or a song or some absurd or awkward riddle regarding these byte sizes so that you can remember kilo, mega, giga, tera, and peta. Actually, in this case, the alphabetical order can also work for K, M, G. However, for T and P, it might get a little bit. But if you remember petabyte to be the largest memory, you can remember all the others according to the alphabetical order because they are actually fortunately placed in the right kind of alphabetical order: kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte. So, yeah. Which of the following is an example of a system software? Windows operating system. System software actually include operating systems like Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, which manage computer hardware, and they also provide a platform for running application software. All the applications that you run on your Mac or your, you know, normal laptops, these are actually able to run smoothly because of these system softwares. So, yeah. So, Windows operating system is one of them. What is the primary function of a system software? To manage computer hardware and resources. See, system software actually controls and manages computer hardware and all the resources, enabling the operation of application software. So, system software is very important. It manages the hardware and also other resources that are there in a computer, in your system. Which of the following statements about application software is true? I have included the right one. Application software is designed for specific tasks or purposes. See, application software includes programs designed for specific tasks or other purposes, such as word processing. You have word processing, you have MS Word, graphic design, you have Adobe and Canva, all of these, or web browsing. For web browsing, you have Safari, Chrome, all these. So, application software programs, all of these are application softwares, apps that you call for your Android phones. They are all apps and they are designed for specific tasks. You know, if you have an Ola app, it will not help you to design a PowerPoint presentation or a thing like that. Okay, it will help you to book a taxi. Similarly, a Chrome app will not, book. I mean, Chrome is a browser, but Chrome will not do functions of Canva or, I mean, every application software has its own purpose. So, application software is nothing but the apps, and every app has a specific purpose. So, sometimes language can be a little bit confusing and misleading, but application softwares are generally your apps only. Which of the following statements about file extensions is true? File extensions determine the type of content within a file. See, file extensions are, there to file names. They are added to the file names to indicate the format or the type of content stored within the file. See, you have file extensions like .zip for the zip file. You have .doc for the doc file, MP4 for a video, PNG for a graph or an image. So all of these are all extensions, and watching or seeing those extensions, you can see what these files are. what kind of a content is there. If the file is of a .png or a GIF kind of a file, you won't expect it to be full of a PDF or a document style thing. You will expect an image or a picture. Similarly, .mp4 will not have a picture, it will have, most probably it will have a video. So these extensions actually help you to understand the kind of content that is there in the file. Simple questions, just the language is a little bit different. If you understand the language, you can easily answer these ICT questions. .pdf is portable document format. That is the full form. Sometimes it is asked. And yeah. .mp3, the full form is MPEG Audio Layer 3. .xlsx, it's Excel spreadsheet. .html, that's hypertext markup language. Adobe Acrobat Reader is a software used for viewing text documents and supports PDF format. Adobe Acrobat Reader, which is commonly used for sharing documents, is an open source software. That's a false statement. See, Adobe Acrobat Reader is indeed a software used for viewing PDFs, and it actually supports the PDF file format for, document viewing or even editing. But it is not an open source software, as many of the premium features are available only in the paid version. So a lot of you might get confused. You might say that no, it's open source, but no. As of now, most of the softwares, including Adobe Acrobat Reader specifically here, is not an open source software. It has lots of features which now come under the paid subscription. So keep that in mind. It's kind of a contemporary question. So yeah, it's not free. Which of the following file extensions is commonly used for compressed files? That's .zip. See, .zip is a common file extension used for compressed files, created using compression softwares like WinZip or 7-zip. So yeah, that's something. A file format is a way to store and organize digital data. It defines the structure and rules for representing data in a file. See, a file format indeed defines the structure and rules for representing data in a file and allowing it to be stored and organized in a specific way. So, a file format is an important thing. It, it's actually a way to store and organize all the digital data that you have, and it actually gives a prototype for the structure and the rules for representing data in a file. Adobe Illustrator is a software used for vector graphic design. Vector graphic design software allows users to create and manipulate images using mathematical equations and geometric shapes. See, Adobe Illustrator is a vector graphic design software, and it is the characteristic feature of vector graphics to allow users to create and manipulate any kind of image using mathematical equations and geometric shapes. So if you are, it's a simple thing. Vector graphic design, vector is a term that is used a lot in physics, and it has a lot to do with mathematics and equations. And whenever you are designing something, mathematical precision is actually very important, and geometric shapes come in handy a lot. Like when I was designing this Canva design, I searched for a rectangular cartoon bubble, and I got this cartoon bubble. So keeping the shape, keeping the 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 pixel size, all of these things are important when you are designing anything. The shape, the size of your image, the size of various characters, like here the size of the characters are corresponding to the size of the text that I have used. All of these things come under mathematical precision. So I mean, I did not design it in Adobe Illustrator. However, illustrations and any kind of design actually requires a mathematical precision so as to please the eye of the viewer. So that is that. Which of the following file extensions is commonly used for compressed files? That is .zip. I think I repeated the question. What is the primary function of application software? To perform specific tasks for users. See, application software such as Microsoft Word or Adobe Photoshop is designed to perform specific tasks for users like word processing or image editing. Application software, again, these are apps only. So, specific tasks is their motto. Which of the following is an example of open source software? That's LibreOffice. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. LibreOffice is a free and open source office productivity suite offering a range of applications including word processing, spreadsheet editing, presentation creation and many official, you know, documentations. It is free to use, distribute and modify under an open source license. So LibreOffice is actually an open source software and it has a lot of tools, a lot of other applications which are actually free, unlike Adobe Reader, as we discussed. Which of the following is an example of email client software? That's Microsoft Outlook. Microsoft Outlook is an email client software and it is used for managing emails, calendars and contacts. A lot of corporate offices use Microsoft Outlook actually, and it's kind of safe also. Upgrades refer to renewing or changing components like increasing the main memory or hard disk capacities or adding speakers or modems, etc. See, upgrades refer to the enhancements or improvements made to computer hardware, software, or systems so as to increase the performance, functionality, or compatibility. Grades refer to the classification or ranking system that is used to assess the quality, performance, or capabilities of various computer components and the software of the systems. See, prosody is the rhythm, intonation, and stress patterns of speech synthesized by computer systems, often used to create more natural sounding text to speech output. Meanwhile, synthesis is the process of generating artificial speech, music, or other sounds using computer algorithms or even models. And they often involve the manipulation of digital signals to produce desired audio output. So, just some information like prosody and synthesis. It can be asked. Prosody mainly refers to human speech. I mean, the speech, the words that we speak, and it refers to the rhythm, the intonation, and the stress patterns so that you get a good text to speech output. And synthesis is something which generates artificial speech or music or other sounds. So prosody is the natural sound, and synthesis is more like an artificial sound. So yeah, keep that in mind. So yeah, I hope you liked this lecture. And today we'll be doing these questions only. In the next lecture, we'll start with more questions. And I hope you liked my video. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I will meet you all in the next video. Thank you.